In your upcoming meet now, do you have someone like that in your mind, whether you want to talk about them or
Of
not? But
course I
do you have
do.
someone who's
Of
like,
course I do. Of course.
what up, folks? Welcome to the STS podcast. We have our extra special guest, Tamara. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I am good. Tell me what you're in Hong Kong, right? What's how's things over there?
Hong Kong is busy, but it's good, man. I enjoy it here.
Now, what brought you that side? Like, how long have you been? I know it's been a while that you've been there now, but like, what brought you there?
Yeah. So I used to work in China, Beijing for 3 years, and I went home for holiday.
Mm.
And when I went home for holiday, I got stuck in South Africa because of COVID,
Ah,
right?
okay.
So I was at home for 2 years, and then China still wasn't opening borders. And I was like, you know what? I want to come back to Asia. Hong Kong is open, it's the next best option. So I ended up here.
Sick, man. Like,
Yeah.
tell me, I don't know too much about your full on background. Did you start powerlifting when you were this side, or when you were in Asia?
Yeah. So when I got stuck at home for like 2 years, I'm not sure if you know Faith.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So Faith, she invited me to Strongman one Saturday. And I was like, okay, sure. So I ended up going to Strongman and I really enjoyed it. And I kind of got stuck into Strongman for a bit.
Mm.
Um, and somehow, like, I ended up branching off into powerlifting because one of the strong women, Michelle, she asked me, like, join join a powerlifting meet with me. I want you to be there, support me.
Mm.
And I was like, okay. And I decided that Tuesday that I was going to do my first powerlifting meet on Saturday.
Mm.
And that's how it started.
That is actually crazy, and like you sort of latched onto it really quick. Like, what are your squat, bench, and deadlift numbers now?
Well, I'm not sure at the moment. I've kind of been nursing injuries. My hamstring and adductor were not good for a while. And then my rotator cuff also was a problem for a while. So everything was going wrong. My squat sucked, my bench sucked, my deadlift sucked sometimes. Like it was just horrible.
I know the
Um,
feeling.
and then yeah, and then I kind of like I've been with a new coach, so he's been working on keeping me healthy, and through that keeping me healthy, we've kind of built momentum. So I'll be competing in 2 weeks,
Sick.
and we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Now, are you one of those people who don't like openly say what you're expecting to do at the meet, like keeping it close to the chest, or you're a little bit more open?
I think I am for this one, I'm kind of keeping it close to my chest because like things are extremely competitive here.
Oh, okay.
Um, so like the females here are crazy strong. So but also because I'm not sure myself what
Mm.
I'm capable of yet. Like I haven't touched anything super heavy in a long time. Because like I said, I've been nursing injuries, trying to get healthy, chilling with it, doing things that are not gonna fatigue me too much and things that are gonna build my confidence more so.
Mm, mm. How do you find the difference between the SA powerlifting circuit and like the Hong Kong powerlifting circuit? Like, what's the difference between the two?
Well, when I was back home, it's kind of like I think I didn't work or push hard enough because there was never really anyone in my weight class at the time
Mm.
that was like, oh my God, I need to like work my ass off. So I just got comfortable doing like bare minimum kind of thing. Whereas now they are like I said, crazy strong females here. I actually need to put up a good fight if I want like a chance on the podium or something. You know what I mean? So there are some pretty talented people here. South Africa too, like I see like everyone is coming up now, women are coming up now in powerlifting in South Africa. It's nice to see.
Yeah, I've been saying this for like almost a year now that I think we're reaching that golden era of SA powerlifting
Yeah.
where we're finally getting like that. We've always had great athletes, but I think
Yes.
now we're finally getting to the point where we have a decent number of great athletes, all competitive.
Yeah, world class. Yeah, definitely. It's picking up. It's nice to see.
Yeah, no, it's sick, and the fact that like someone like you, what was your background before you got into powerlifting? Because COVID was like 3 years ago, so like you've only been doing it for a relatively short amount of time. Like, how'd you get so good so quick?
So I did bodybuilding first, right? And that wasn't for me. Like I couldn't maintain the lifestyle when I got to China. Then strongman, then powerlifting. I think I was just surrounded by a few people who did powerlifting. Like I knew Daniel for a while. And people like that I was surrounded by all the time, and I found it very interesting. And when I started training that way, it's like this is actually like super liberating to be like a strong female. And then I met Ziad and I saw him training. One of the strongmen also introduced me to him, and I was like, oh, will you coach me? Because I kind of started with, when I came to strongman, they asked me, would you like to do strongman based training or would you like to do powerlifting based training? Because it was Andre and Elodia, right? And they're both like into the strength sports and they cater to both. So I said in the beginning, powerlifting. And I was alone on the side, being the only like female doing powerlifting movements, like with Elodia. She just took me through the ropes, and I saw everyone else, Faith and like Michelle, Olivia, they were all having fun doing like strongman shit, throwing bags and kettlebells, and and I was just like, that looks fun. So I went off in that direction first. But then when I met Ziad, I was like, okay, I really wanted to do this. I need a coach. Can you coach me? And he kind of took me under his wing and he programmed me, coached me. I started training with him like almost daily and things just picked up from there.
Now tell me,
I think it's good that I also had a background in training before I actually started powerlifting, because like deadlifts, those are the kind of movements I would still do when I was bodybuilding or doing strongman, squats as well. But like bench, I never touched before powerlifting at all. Needless to say, it's my weakest lift.
You got the least experience in it. I do find that if you have any kind of athletic background, be it bodybuilding, be it competitive sports or whatever it is, if you have any kind of athletic background and you are halfway decent at it, it translates into powerlifting really well. Like just being able to move your body and be able to coordinate translates to powerlifting really well. But tell me, like,
yes, I agree.
So tell me, like, what do you love about staying in Asia so much? Like, why were you so in a hurry to go back?
First of all, like, there's money to be made here, but also everything here is so convenient and it's safe as well. Like I can walk around at like 2 a.m. in the morning on the street and nobody will say a thing to me or do anything. I can take public transport at that time as well, and I'm completely safe. And I think that's one of the things I enjoy, like being a woman in Asia. It's safe as opposed to South Africa. Like South Africa is beautiful. Every time I have an opportunity to come home, I come home. And every time I say I'm going to travel somewhere else, I end up coming home. So like, obviously there's good at home, but yeah, it's just, there are more opportunities, and I feel like I can enjoy myself here. And obviously, like also powerlifting wise, I feel like the community here is small, but it's growing as well. And I feel like it's a huge privilege that I'm able to like train in a gym every day that is powerlifting specific. Like I get to train on calibrated plates, stiff bars, eleco, racks, all of those things every day. Like I enjoy it because like when I go home for holiday and I train at home, and then I come back here and I'm on calibrated plates and stiff bars, and my body takes an absolute beating. And then like it's like I was playing with toys, but because I just train at Ignite Fitness.
Yeah.
When I'm at home. So like the difference I feel is like massive. Well, not massive, but I think you get what I mean.
Yeah. I know. For me personally, I've always had the good but weird effect of when I go to calibrated plates and the proper type of ball we're going to use for the day, I always get a little bit of a strength boost from it. It's almost like training with the crappier stuff. My body likes that less. So when I get to proper stuff, like, I instantly, like whatever I've done in training, I'm able to add like 2.5 to 5% on a meet day.
Yeah.
So I'm one of the lucky few who benefits from that transition and doesn't actually hinder it.
Yeah. I felt like that in the beginning, but maybe I'm just also just used to that training calibrated every day.
I mean that's fair, because if I trained calibrated every day, I might have a different opinion because I've never had the privilege of that. So maybe actually I'm in the ghetto and I don't actually realize how bad the ghetto is. But tell me, like, how are things in that half of the world in terms of like you being a powerlifter? You're stronger than the average person walking around. Like, is there any like what's the social acceptance of that sort of mini culture?
I think it's difficult to tell because most of my friends that I have here, I've met at the gym. They all do powerlifting. And like when I leave the gym, I walk out in my singlet full of chalk or my gym clothes full of chalk and whatever. And sometimes you'll get a stare here and there, but like it's chilled. Like I said, the community is kind of small. I think it's bigger here than what it is in South Africa, but like people still confuse powerlifting with weightlifting. Like when I like, oh, I have a competition for powerlifting, they're like, oh, this, and I'm like, no, squat, bench, deadlift, and I'll have to explain. But yeah.
But then, so what meet are you going for now? Is that your version of nationals, a provincial meet? Like what is it?
Yes, it's Hong Kong's first USAPL national meet.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a big one. I thought I would be more nervous, but maybe it hasn't settled with me yet. Like I wasn't sure if I was going to do this meet either, and I questioned it for a long time, and everyone was like, just do it, you're gonna regret not doing it, because it's one of the biggest meets in Hong Kong history. Like you're gonna be sad you missed out. So I was like, you know what, if I start with Keenan and I'm able to get to a good level and I feel healthy again and I don't feel like a broken piece of shit, then I'll do it. And eventually I got to a level where I was like comfortable enough to say, okay, Keenan, I'm not sure, but I think I want to do the meet. And that was like probably 8 weeks out, so like 2 months before the time. And he's like, okay, no, it's fine. I think I can plan something for you in order for me to peak for the meet. So, and I think he's done a good job so far. I'm enjoying getting coached by him. He's a great guy.
And that's awesome. Like 8 weeks is from a coach's perspective, it is kind of get close, but I think for me it's like the minimum length of time I would be comfortable trying to peak someone.
Definitely. It was kind of like short notice. I was like, I'm not sure, but like I don't want to. My goal was to just kind of build my confidence again, get on the platform again, and like get rid of the trauma that I developed from last year.
Well, what did happen with the injuries? Were they like sort of chronic and slowly built up, or was it something acute, like a bad rep happened? Like what happened exactly?
So the last meet that I did in December was also USAPL Winter Showdown. A week before the meet, I was kind of feeling my hamstring, like just a little niggle. And I thought, I'm just fatigued. Like it's that time where you just feel tired. I'm going to be okay. It's not a big deal. And my prep went really well. So I thought, I'm going to do good on meet day. And this is last year is a year that I learned like to expect the unexpected, and you can never know what's going to happen on meet day. Like you can think, oh my God, I'm going to do amazing this meet. And then it doesn't go how you want it to go. So that's kind of what happened to me. I was warming up for squats. Everything was really go, 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 because like there were a lot of females backstage. Everyone was trying to get their warm-ups in. I was feeling stressed because I missed my way in. My lot number was called and I wasn't there. So I had to wait for everyone to get weighed, and then I could only weigh myself in, and that kind of set the tone for the beginning of the meet, which made me like I got in my head a bit. And then like while I was warming up the squat, I could feel something was not right. And then I did my first attempt. I missed my second attempt because I got a huge sticking point. I did my third attempt and I just made it. My bench went fine. And my deadlift, I could do my first attempt and I couldn't even do my second. I couldn't lock out on my second attempt. And I think I scrapped the third attempt. So it was just a bad day.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that I was injured.
Well, like listen, like that kind of experience, it happens. I always said if you powerlift for long enough, you're going to have at least one catastrophically bad meet. Like it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
At any point in time, it's going to happen. Think of it like a rite
well,
of passage.
both of my meets last year were like that, which like, it damaged me. I was like, should I even be doing powerlifting kind of thing? Yeah, it made me question myself a lot because I got COVID as well before I did my first meet here in Hong Kong, like 2 weeks before. So that also was a shit experience.
That's all. So I guess this meet now is probably then maybe not from a performance point of view because you are coming back from injury, but mentally, I can imagine it's a very big meet for you where you at least want it to go to plan, regardless of what that plan is.
Yeah, definitely. I've kind of got a cold now, so that sucks. Another unplanned thing that's out of my control, but I'm hoping for the best. Like, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on myself this time. I just want to have fun, and I just want to do better than what I previously did. Yeah.
I think, well, based on the training footage I've seen of you, it looks like you're climbing back up. So I'm hoping the body holds together. So do you have any
Thank
like sort of
you.
like pre-meet rituals that you like to do leading up to a meet to get you in the right headspace?
I don't. I think like I figured out that I need more hype for squats. Otherwise, if I'm too calm, I just get stuck in the hole and I kind of don't make it back up. Bench, I need to be super calm. If I'm not calm, I mess it up. And deadlift, I hype myself up a lot. But besides that, I just try and eat well. I drink a lot of water, also stay hydrated, make sure my nutrition is good before the meet.
It's actually funny you say that. Like I've also noticed how with me, the mindset I have to have is very different between the lifts. Like squats almost have to be, I have to be almost pissed off for squats. I have to like sort of like bring up anger inside of me. For bench, I need to be like cool, calm, collected, focused. And then I find with deadlifts, I need to be like hyped, but almost like a happy hyped. Like I'm having fun. I'm excited. This is going well. I almost want to break into a dance. I'm having such a good time. And I find like it's actually weird how each lift, for me anyway, requires a sort of different mindset. Whereas to anyone who would think like, oh, powerlifting is strength sport, you need to invoke strength. So it's should be a similar sort of setup for each one, where it's like it can be quite different depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, I agree. How's your training going though?
Like similar to you, like I herniated my disc in my back probably 2 years back. So it's healed, but every time I get into competition prep, it starts to flare up. And not bad enough that I need to like slow down drastically, but like I need to be really careful how hard things ramp up. So like right now, I'm I think 11 weeks out from Worlds, WPC Worlds, and already like I have cluster deadlifts today, and just sitting here, I'm already like, I don't know if my back is going to enjoy this or not.
Yeah, my coach put that in my program as well. I hated it at first, but like I'm kind of getting used to it. Like he puts a lot of variation in my program as well, especially like when I first started with him, but I can see how it's paid off now. It's really made a difference.
So what was one of the main reasons you started working with Keenan, right?
Yeah, Keenan Lee. I saw him in December because he came here for our meet, the USAPL Winter Showdown, and I kind of heard of him before, and then I saw him in person, and I was like kind of starstruck because he's like this super amazing, strong human monster thing. And I was just like, I really admired him. And I looked at some of his clients and I saw that a lot of them are actually females too, and a lot of them with light body weight as well, doing amazing things. And like, I just felt like I was not moving. I was stuck in a rut in my training as well. I felt like before I was with him, I was just failing something every week in gym and it was making me miserable. Like I lost all my confidence because almost every day something was going wrong. I missed a rep, I missed a set, something was off, and I just got tired of feeling like depressed about my shit. So I was like, let's make a change. And I didn't know who. I was kind of scared because you never know when approaching a coach if their style is going to work with you, or their values align with yours, or your vision, like they'll be able to see your vision, and so I was kind of scared. And then I had a consultation with him, and it went well, and everything just started from there. Like the way he spoke to me, also the way he speaks to me now, the way he gives me feedback, it's very like, I would say I'm a wuss when it comes to feedback and criticism. Like, put it in a nice way, but like, you can be professional about it, but like, don't make me feel bad about myself. Otherwise, it kind of demotivates me, right? So I don't know. He puts things in a way where I'm not affected because I'm a snowflake when it comes to feedback. But he doesn't know that, so it's kind of strange that he's able to give me feedback in a way. So yeah, like so far it's been working out well, and he's been able to fix all my injuries, and he's gotten me to a good level with what I would say is like less. I used to think that more equals more. But with him, I've discovered that less equals more. I think from him maintaining my fatigue levels, like I'm not doing crazy shit that makes me tired and like exhausts me or fatigues me so badly that I'm gonna feel it for like a million years to come.
Yeah, I find that's a very nuanced balance of like how much volume and intensity can each individual athlete handle. I like using the analogy. You don't want to dig a hole deeper than you can crawl back out of. And like very few people understand that there is such a thing as more than your body can cope with.
Yeah, I didn't know that because when I first started powerlifting, I was like, put whatever on the bar, I'm gonna do it. Like I was fearless when I started. Like I don't care if you like Z would, even in a meet, he would say, oh, 65, without me knowing that there would be 65 on the bar, and I would go up and like bench 65 or whatever.
Yeah.
But like now you tell me like, okay, you're gonna do this today or next week, and I'm like, oh, I get nervous. Like I have more nerves and more fear now than what I used to when I first started.
I've always said like, which is one of the reasons I got a coach myself, was I'm cautious as a coach. Like I don't like pushing the envelope unnecessarily with my athletes, but I think in an optimal sort of space. But because I know about all my injuries and what I've been through and how my body reacts, I always felt like I was too cautious with my own training. Like it was almost like too much the other way. So it was one of those, like myself, I was like, listen, I don't actually want to be in charge of this. I need someone who's objective to look at me and be like, okay, this is what we're doing. And I like to think of myself as a really good athlete. I'm like, okay, that's what we're doing. I'm not going to question it. I believe in the plan.
I'm just going to do it.
I'm sticking to it. I'm not modifying it.
Yes.
I'll do what we're meant to do. So I find like the people who coach themselves, it's a very, you don't actually realize how hard of a balancing trick it is to coach yourself with all the biases that you carry.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't think I would be able to coach myself ever. No.
I don't
think I have.
I don't recommend.
Well done for you to doing that though. But
I mean, I think it made me a better coach, but it definitely made me a shittier athlete.
I don't think so, man. You're good. I'm still waiting for a battle between you and Sipo.
Sipo has been dodging our battle for months. And then he retires from powerlifting, and then he's back out of retirement, and then he won't train, and then he does train. And then I coached him for a bit, and then I wasn't coaching him anymore.
Wow.
I don't know what Sipo's deal is. You gotta get his shit together, because I'm keen. He will probably kick my ass, but I'm keen for the fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's always good to compete against someone you know there's gonna be like a fight. It's not gonna be given to you easily. You need to work for that.
No, because I'll admit this to Sipo's face. I'm like, he's like 20, 25 kilos bigger than I am. A good
he's huge.
15 centimeters taller. I'm like, by all, the fact that we're so close is actually embarrassing to him. He should be whooping me 9-love. So I'm like, it's on you to actually take the lead here, buddy. So I actually like the fact that if everything goes the way it's meant to, I'm supposed to lose. But chasing the win is what's keeping me good.
Yeah, I get that. Sometimes you need a goal or something in mind or someone in mind to push you further. You know what I mean? I'm not gunning for overalls because, like I said, competition here is crazy, and like I'm actually a heavy female here. Like the females here are quite light. So there are a few women who are actually like in the under 52 category who are crazy strong, doing squat as much as I am, benching heavier than what I bench, like a ton. I don't know how they get their arches like a rainbow. They do it, and they're amazing. But there is someone in my weight class too who kind of scares me, or who I know it's gonna be a good fight, because I'm never sure.
Nice.
I'm never sure. It can go either way, you know, because she has her good lifts and I have my good lift. You know, I have 1 out of the 3. She has 2 out of the 3, so it can go either way. It's like a pull for the win kind of situation. Yeah.
Well, listen, wishing you best of luck with that meet. We're all rooting for you. We're gonna be keeping our eyes posted. Before I let you go, is there anything else you want to say?
I make you guys proud. Just thank you for having me, and I think the platform that you have is really amazing. Keep pushing, and like it's bringing South Africa good exposure with powerlifting as well, growing the community, and it's nice to see.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining, and everyone watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.